welcome back to the channel. My name is Havon, and today we're playing Doki Doki Literature Club Main Characters Revenge mod for Doki Doki Literature Club. For those of you who missed the previous episode, don't worry, I'm gonna link that episode of the link in the link in the description below, as well as the I'm not gonna be able to talk today, so I don't know why I'm doing this. As well as the original game and the modded version of what I'm playing in the link in the description below. All the details you need to know is in this link in the description below. But basically, for those of you who missed the last episode, we spent some quality time with Yuri, like the original game. We noticed a little odd hallucination here and there, not much, but enough to know that, hey, something is wrong, but nothing too major yet. We haven't really gotten to the big picture yet. So now we're going to share our poem with between Natsuki and Monica, because Yuri went out to take a glass of water, to get some glass of water, and it seems to be may take longer than that. So we're going to start with Monica first. Hi again, Levon. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad, I'm happy that you are applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monica, which now I think about it, I don't remember what the theme of our poem was about, because I played this game on my private time last night and I don't really remember what I did. Alright. Great job, Levon. I was going to... Wait a minute. Monica rereads my poem. Monica glances at me. It's very good. Oh gosh, Lord, that suspense though. It's very good. I like this one very much. It's almost like you're writing this poem for me. Did I? I couldn't remember that much when I wrote my poem yesterday. Really? I'm just teasing you. Geez, I don't really know how much your taste is in the first place. I wrote it by my own volition. What is that word? I see. It has a bit of abstract elements, kind of what I usually write. I expected you to write something like what Yuri or Natsuki usually writes. Again, I don't know much about their taste, so I write about what I want to write anyway. And speaking of the girls in this literature club, remember, we start to notice these hallucinations. We're starting to pick up that something isn't right. We're starting to realize that maybe Monica knows a lot more about this than she is telling us, as we know in the original game. For those of you who played the original game, you know what we're talking about. But the big picture is Sayori isn't here, period. She's gone. Again, I don't know much about their taste, so I just write what I want to write anyway. But still, you impressed me a lot. Thanks, I guess. At least I know your taste a little bit. Did you really want to impress me that much? Suddenly the door opens. Yuri! I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really. Well, we all started sharing our poems with each other. Eh? Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm glad you took all the time you needed. Alright. Thank you, Monica. I suppose I should go get my poem now. Also, there was something I wanted to tell you unrelated to poems. Yeah? The thing is, great job, Levon. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I expected you to go for something deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know what Yuri likes that kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Something I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. I don't mean that like that's a bad thing though, but sometimes I get the impression that she's just totally given up on people. She spent so much time in her own head that it's probably a much more interesting place to her. Is that why Yuri's acting strange? Now I'm kind of worried about her. But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like this. She must be really starved for social interaction. So don't blame her for coming on a little strongly. I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time. But anyway, you want to read my poem now. I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright. Save me. Oh, hold on. Save me. The colors they won't. Bright, beautiful, what is going on? Oh, dang. Flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, blue, and endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, God, this is not what I expected, and this is definitely out of the ordinary. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, granting, delete her. Okay, this is definitely out of the ordinary, and she must be referencing to Sayori. Monica, what is this poem about? I'm particularly part out by the line that says delete her at the bottom. Sorry, I know it's kind of abstract. Okay, yep, she's definitely talking about Sayori. We are definitely getting some weird vibes. I'm just trying to, well, never mind. There's no point in explaining. Alright then, you're not really helping your case there. Let's do Natsuki next, and then Yuri last. Well, it's not terrible, but it's pretty disappointing after your last one. And then again, if this one was as good as your last one, I would be completely pissed. Well, I guess I want to try something a little different this time. Fair enough, you're still new at this, so I wouldn't expect you to find your style right away. I mean, everyone in the club writes really differently from each other. Maybe you'll find a little influence from all of us. For instance, I noticed that you were spending some time with Yuri today. Not that I care who you spend your time with. After all, I was taught never to expect anything from anybody. I opened my mouth as she says that, but no words came out. I feel so bad for her. So it's not like I was writing for you or anything. Still, you should at least look over my poem. You'll probably be able to learn something from it. Okay, this looks a little normal. Okay. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? She likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably likes talking about spiders. What if her friend starts to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it quiet. It doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers. And I'm gonna tell everyone. God dang, okay. This is not your typical cute manga style. This is not her style of poetry at all. Okay. Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yeah, that's the only criticism I have. Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think this was the best I can do. No, of course not. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Like anyone would agree, the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Everyone who has that kind of weird hobby or guilty pleasure, something that you're afraid if people find out, they make fun of you or think less of you. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy? I think people really need to respect others for liking weird things. Well, you're definitely right. At least I can relate to that. And I'm sure a lot of people can too. It's what I do best after all. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like conveying emotions is important, but I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. I'm gonna write a good one for tomorrow too, so look forward to it. Okay. A little peculiar for her taste. Again, she's more of a cute type, but that was clearly not it. But she did explain her reasoning for the poetry and her opinions of the topic of that matter. That makes her poetry make sense. So no worries. And now Yuri. I've been waiting for this. Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri smiles and takes a deep breath. I like just holding it. I mean, the poem turned out good. It's, well, there's some things that you can work on, but that doesn't really matter. It feels like anything written by you is a treasure. That came out a little awkward. Let's move on. Here's the poem I wrote. You don't have to like it or anything. That ain't no dang poem. That is not a poem. I ain't no poetry expert, but that is not a poem. Okay, wheel. A notion wheel turning an axle, grinding, bolt head, linear gearbox, falling sky, 7 holy stakes, a dog ship, a portal to another world, a thin rope tied to a thick rope, a thorn harness. I'm sorry, excuse my reading, I'm not really good at reading cursive. Parabolic gearbox expanding universe, true controlled tune controlled by slipping cogwheels, existence of God, swimming with open water in all directions, drowning, a prayer written in blood, a prayer written in time devoting snakes with human eyes, a thread connecting all living human eyes, a kaleidoscope of holy stakes, exponential gearbox, a sky of exploding stars, God disapproving the existence of God, a wheel notion in 6 dimensions, 40 gears, a ticking clock, a clock that ticks 1 second for every notion of the planet, rotation of the planet, a clock that ticks 40 times every time it ticks every second, a bolt head of holy stakes tied to the existence of a dog ship to another world, a kaleidoscope of blood written in clocks, a time devoting prayer, connecting a sky of 40 gears and open human eyes in all directions, breathing gearbox, breathing bolt head, breathing ship, breathing portal, breathing snakes, breathing God, breathing blood, breathing the holy snakes, breathing human eyes, breathing time, breathing prayers, breathing sky, breathing wheel. That is not a poem. What? Huh. Yuri, I got some questions. It doesn't really matter what it is about. My mind has just been a little hyperactive lately, so I had to take it out in your pen. Well, that makes a lot of sense because that is not no damn poem. uh, that is a pen fell out of your backpack yesterday, so I took it home for safekeeping, and I just really like the way that it writes. Yeah, that's the reason. That's not awkward at all. So I wrote this poem with it, and now you're touching it. I'm too shocked by the insanity of what she's saying to respond. I'm okay. What did I just... Can we pretend this conversation never happened? You can keep the poem, though. Wait, Yuri, we need to talk about this. There's nothing to say. This poem is... I don't know what to say about it. Yuri, I think there's something really wrong with you. We need to... Levon, look, I know. But don't worry, everything's going to be fine. I won't go off the deep end or anything. And if those of you who've seen the original story know exactly what happened to her, wink wink, I'm really worried about her. But it's not like I really seen her show signs of becoming dangerous. And besides, I don't really know that I can do to help her, so I leave her alone. Alright, I'm gonna cut the video here. It's a little longer compared to yesterday, but I actually want to keep it at least a 15-minute minimum. For those of you who are enjoying the video and enjoying the channel, thank you so much. Remember to check out the previous episode. The link of the description, the link of that video will be in the description below, as well as the original game and the mod and the website to find those mods for Doki Doki Literature Club. My name is Yvonne, and I'll catch you guys later.